Hey, everybody, something incredible has happened. There has been an apparition here in Monroe, Louisiana, where I am located, our very own Monroe, Louisiana. Incredible stuff. An apparition recently occurred to an anonymous Catholic YouTuber in Monroe, Louisiana. He wants to remain unnamed, so I'm not going to say who it is. But what I am going to do is I am going to cut to the chase and take you straight to an English transcript of the apparition of this angel who appears to the YouTuber and tells him some incredible things about Pope Francis, Pope Benedict, all kinds of things that have been happening in the church for the last 70 years or so. This really covers everything and really explains it all. So let me just cut to the chase and share my screen, and we're going to read the transcript here. Apparition to anonymous YouTuber reveals real third secret of Fatima. So you're about to see the true third secret of Fatima, not the one that the Vatican released a few years back, the real one. There is an editor's preface here, anonymous editor's preference. Anonymous editor's preface. The following is an account of an apparition of an angel from heaven who appeared to an anonymous Catholic YouTuber on 5/8/2023 in Monroe, Louisiana, while he was deep in prayer. This happened after Pope Benedict XVI appeared to the same YouTuber the night before. The apparition has been named our angelic messenger of Monroe, and it has not been approved by the Vatican, and it's likely to remain unapproved as it condemns the Vatican. Below is a transcript of the apparition, which was recorded via the YouTuber's cell phone, which was recording the whole day since an apparition from Pope Benedict XVI the night before warned him that an angelic messenger would soon appear. The original audio has been preserved as proof for those who doubt the veracity of this message. But discerning minds already know it is true because of the Pachamama ceremony and the one world religion that Pope Francis is clearly trying to establish. For instance, see the Abu Dhabi Abrahamic House. However, for those who remain skeptical, my sources in Rome tell me that this message has been approved by an anonymous exorcist and an anonymous cardinal who works in the Vatican. The exorcist confirmed its authenticity during an exorcism performed in Latin, where a demon, while under compulsion, confirmed it is true, and demons must tell the truth when under compulsion. The anonymous cardinal was also present for this exorcism. Additionally, a letter from Padre Pio dated September 22nd, 1968, and entitled "My Final Testament to the Devil's Infiltration of the Papacy" contains the following words, which have been translated into English by an anonymous translator. An angel's light will shine in the dark bayous of Louisiana when the fullness of time has come. He who has ears to hear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the faithful remnant spread throughout the world. My spirit testifies that the Spirit will never allow the elect to be deceived. Listen to the messenger when he comes, as he will reveal the truth about the third secret of Fatima. He will use a voice from Louisiana, and his words will be available to all instantly. If his message is not obeyed, the end will come, end quote. And then there's an editor's comments here. It is noteworthy that Padre Pio, writing in 1968, was able to predict the internet in the phrase, his words will be available to all instantly, which was certainly not a possibility in Padre Pio's day. There's also a preface here from the anonymous YouTuber himself, who again wishes to remain unidentified. He's a YouTuber in Monroe, Louisiana. He is a Catholic, but he does not want people to know who he is, and it's understandable. Anonymous YouTuber's preface. I was praying the rosary and meditating on the mystical meaning of the conjugation of a Latin verb I previously read in my Father Lassan's 1945 Latin Mass daily missal, and at the 11th hour there appeared a light in the corner of the room. My eyes were closed when it initially appeared, but the Spirit bore witness within me that something was happening. I quickly opened my eyes, and my attention was immediately turned to it. It quickly grew to a light that flooded the entire room and pierced through my right side like a spear. Without thinking, I immediately cried out in Latin, Dominus meus et Deus meus, and fell on my face. A voice replied in perfect Latin, Be not afraid. Don't do that. I am a fellow servant with you, and with your fellow prophets, and with all who keep the words of God. Worship God. The following is a transcription of the rest of the exchange, which was originally uttered to me in perfect Latin, which proves that it is not the message of the enemy, as the enemy hates this sacred language and is unable to use it. The following is an English translation of what was revealed to me in Latin, the language of the angels. All right, so it says the YouTuber says, My Lord, who are you? The angel says, I am a messenger from heaven, and I have urgent news that you must proclaim to the world. And then he adds a note here. The angel's appearance was now revealed to me, and he had 6 wings that were covered in eyes. With 2 wings the angel flew, with 2 he covered his face, and with 2 he covered his feet. The YouTuber says, I am your humble servant, but will you tell me your name that I may tell the nations who appeared to me? The angel said, My name may not be revealed to anyone other than me, since it was given to me on a white stone and must be kept secret, as the book of Revelation says. And then there's a notation for Revelation 2:17. The YouTuber says, Who am I to argue with a messenger of the Lord? The angel says, I must warn you of a plot by the fallen angels known as the Nephilim to infiltrate and take over the church. The YouTuber said, Woe is me. My ears cannot bear to hear of such impiety within the church. How can this be? The angel says, It is not for you to know how this can be, only that it is. The YouTuber says, By God's grace, I will hear this message and proclaim it to the nations. And then he adds a note here. My heart trembled within me, and I fell to the ground once again, unable to hear any of the perfect Latin revealed by the voice of the angel. However, I was strengthened by a single touch of the angel, who enabled me to stand again and hear the words that I now bear witness to you. The angel says, To the College of Cardinals, the Nephilim have infiltrated the church through cooperation with the Central Intelligence Agency of the United States of America. In conjunction with humans in the CIA and MI6, they have created a demon and human hybrid race. And as servants of the prince of the power of the air, they have equipped them with aerial technology that is vastly superior to anything humans have at this time. This is why you have seen videos of unidentified flying objects that cannot be otherwise explained. For instance, or note well, the editor says here. Here I was immediately, I'm sorry, this is not the editor, this is the YouTuber saying, Here I was immediately infused by the angel with a mental image of the Tic Tac UFO that was declassified and shown to the public. Thus far their note. Back to the words of the angel. This race disguised as humans will usher in the reign of the Antichrist through the worship of Pachamama, and will require all to receive the mark of the beast, which is the symbol of Pachamama, in order to buy or sell. The St. Gallen Mafia, made up by aliens and human hybrids, has already succeeded in forcing Benedict to resign. They put in his place an impostor who is known to you as Pope Francis. But he isn't really Pope Francis. The real Bergoglio was immediately replaced by an impostor who is working with the newly crowned King Charles III to push a message about climate change as a diversion to hide what they are really doing, which is preparing the way for the Antichrist. The cover-up that Cardinal Siri was validly elected in 1958 and the 1963 enthronement of Satan in the Vatican enabled all of this to happen. The Virgin Mary already warned about this in the real third secret of Fatima, but the roly-poly Pope refused to reveal it to the world, since it also condemns his false council, Vatican II. And by the way, roly-poly Pope was a term that was often used to describe Pope John the 23rd, the one who established the Second Vatican Council. He then replaced the real Sister Lucy with a fake Sister Lucy, and this can be verified by comparing dental photos of the two. Pope John Paul II knew all of this and was going to release the real third secret on June 26, 2000 and expose all the corruption. but he was threatened by the gay mafia, headed by Cardinal McCarrick and the German bishops, who told him they would shut down all ATM machines at the Vatican if he refused to release a fake third secret of Fatima and keep silent about the truth of Siri and the enthronement. For those of y'all who don't know, the third secret of Fatima was allegedly revealed on June 26, 2000 by John Paul II. But this is saying, no, that was a fake third secret. And that John Paul II was being forced to reveal a fake third secret, even though he wanted to reveal the truth. The same happened with Benedict when he wanted to reveal the truth. Thus, the Almighty cryptically revealed a copy of the third secret in Vigano's August 22nd, 2018 letter, but the world and even Catholics were too dull to see it. As proof, if you were to have examined Vigano's original 8.5 by 11 inches handwritten letter, which was secretly sent to the Cardinal Patriarch of Lisbon, but destroyed a year ago on the 4th anniversary of its release, you would have seen that the ending included the enigmatic letters TRTSOFIRH. This stood for the real third secret of Fatima is revealed here. And the letter held under ultraviolet light would have revealed all I have told you. And then the YouTuber adds a note here. Note well, the angel shifted to English when he said ultraviolet due to the absence of this word in Latin, which makes sense. This phrase was immediately removed from all copies of the letter by George Soros, Hillary Clinton, and a select team of Freemasons because they did not want anyone to know the truth. COVID was sent as a punishment for mankind's failure to perceive the real message of the third secret in his letter, along with the fake Bergoglio's worship of Pachamama. However, after the COVID scourge, people did not repent in sackcloth and ashes and sufficiently satiate the divine wrath. The Lord also sent a messenger to confirm all of this to a nun in Colombia recently, but it was intercepted by a demon who appeared to her as Pope Benedict XVI. It wasn't actually Pope Benedict, but an imposter demon sent to confuse her and obscure the truth. All who are deceived by demons have embraced the false apparition of this Colombian nun. Only the elect who have not been deceived by the devil saw through it. I am now revealing the truth to you, and due to the failure of others to repent, a final divine scourge will be sent upon the world, and the 3 days of darkness will soon come upon you. You must prepare. And then the YouTuber has some additional commentary to add here. At the angel's announcement of a final divine scourge, I marveled at the angel's perfect Latin and fell to my face and lost all strength. I felt like I was sinking deep into an abyss below me. The angel then took a hot coal from the heavenly altar and reached out to touch my lips, but I said, "No, I am an unclean man." The angel persisted and touched my lips with the coal. After this anointing, I was immediately strengthened and stood back on my feet. The angel spoke in perfect Latin and said, "I still have more to tell you." I asked, "What must we do to avert this scourge?" He spoke the following to me. The angel says, quote, "You must tell the College of Cardinals the truth and instruct them to return to the pre-1955 Latin Mass, which was before the popes, beginning with Pius XII, tampered with the Roman Rite. You must instruct all Catholics of all rites to receive communion kneeling and on the tongue by the use of unleavened bread only. Under no circumstance must a Catholic receive standing or in the hand, as this is a Protestant heresy. All Catholics must perform the first 5 Saturdays devotion and pray the rosary daily so that the Immaculate Heart may triumph. The Mass must return to Latin only, as the demons fear the Latin language. Under no circumstance must the vernacular be used. It is heresy to prioritize people's understanding of the Mass over the use of Latin in the liturgy. This is the Protestant error. The College of Cardinals must also remove the impostor from their midst. The fake Bergoglio must be given no quarter. All of his acts must be repealed by a newly elected pope, who will be elected by the College of Cardinals. St. Peter will descend from heaven and validly ordain all the cardinals who will restore grace to the church, which has been severely limited since the 1963 enthronement of Lucifer in the Vatican. If they do this, the scourge will be averted, and the Lord will send the great Catholic monarch to restore Christendom and return Europe to its Catholic roots. If the people do not heed this warning, the Synod on Synodality will be led by the Nephilim and will deceive many, and the Antichrist will soon be revealed. The YouTuber adds some notes here. At these words, what sounded like thunder struck in my ears, and a great light blinded me. I immediately fainted. When I woke up, the angel was gone, and I immediately checked my phone to see if it recorded the audio of the angel's appearance. Fortunately, it recorded the whole thing, and I immediately typed the above transcription of the audio. I bear witness that this is true, and anyone who has been paying attention to other unapproved apparitions will know it is true. And then the editor adds this note. See below for the documentation proving the authenticity of this message. Now, I'm not going to go into the documentation. You're free to take a look at it at your own leisure. I will put a link to this in the show notes so you can scroll down and check out the authenticity of the documents for yourself. But that is effectively the apparition that, again, was disclosed to an anonymous Catholic YouTuber in Monroe, Louisiana, who wishes to be unidentified for obvious reasons, because this is clearly something that goes against the Vatican. And clearly, I would imagine this Catholic YouTuber would fear for his life if his name was revealed. And so he wants to remain anonymous, and that's totally fine. But again, go and check out the website for more documentation on this. Well, anyways, I hope you found this interesting. I would love to hear your thoughts there in the show notes. Go ahead and put a comment, because I want to hear, what do you think about this? You think it's real? Do you think it's fake? If you think it's real, put it in the comment section. Tell me why. If you think it's fake, also tell me why. But I really encourage you to really look into this and see if it's true, because if it is, it explains just so much of the confusion in the Catholic Church. So thank you so much for watching this. Again, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and all that good stuff. And also check me out, patreon.com/reason and theology, if you want to support me and get access to extra content. That's going to do it. We'll see you later. God bless. Hey everybody, just wanted to tell you about my new free ebook, Church Chaos, Biblical Insights for Confused Catholics. If you are a confused Catholic and you're thinking about leaving the Catholic Church, or you're thinking about converting to the church, but you see that there's a crisis in the church and you're just unsure, this is the book for you. Again, it is free. Just simply go to reasonandtheology.com. You'll see a pop-up that comes up on your screen. Just simply click on it and you'll put in your email, and it will provide you the free PDF ebook right then and there. Please check it out if you're confused about the situation in the Catholic Church today. reasonandtheology.com. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button. See you next time.